Okie, and welcome to English 3450, Introduction to Old English. This is the first of 3 videos I have prepared about assessment in this course. In this video, I will describe how to find the assessment and explain how I decide what grade to give you and how I use these grades to calculate your final grade for the course. In the next video, I will talk about the different types of assignments that I use and how each is graded. In the third, I will discuss some of the specific assignments we're going to have in this course. This video and the next one are largely meant for background. If you aren't interested in knowing the details of how I calculate grades or assign them in general, you can probably skip them. This video is probably the most self-explanatory, the next one a little bit less so, and the third is probably something you should pay attention to. Assessment can be found in the syllabus, which is available at the URL you are seeing on the screen now. Once you are at the class website, there are 2 sections that are relevant for understanding how you will be assessed in this course. The first is under Policies and is the grade scale. When you click on Grade Scale, you will see the chart that I use to convert among letter and percent grades. Since the University of Lethbridge does not have a standard relationship between letter grades and percent grades, it might be useful for you to know how I make these conversions. There are 5 rows in the table. The first 2 rows show the relationship between letter grades and performance descriptors. The performance descriptors are from the university calendar, and as are the relationships to the letter grades. At the University of Lethbridge, letter grades in the range of A- through A+ are said to be excellent, for example. In the range of B- to B+ are supposed to be good, and so on. I use these descriptors whenever I have to assess work, especially qualitatively. That is to say, work like essays or translations, where my job as an expert is to assess the quality of your performance rather than by counting how many answers you got right or wrong. When I grade an essay, for example, I keep asking myself, can I say this is excellent or good or satisfactory or poor? And when I get to the end, I ask myself what I thought of it as a whole. If I thought your work was very good, then that sounds like a B+ or maybe an A-. If I thought it was okay, well, that sounds like a C or maybe a C+. In the next row, percent range, that shows you how I convert numerical grades to letter grades. Let's say I give you a quiz that asks you 5 questions, each of which is worth 1 mark, and you get 4 out of 5, or 80%. To convert that to a letter grade, I look at the percent range row and I see where it falls. In this case, 80% falls in the B column, or between 78% and 81%. So a test that got you 4 out of 5 is B quality work in my estimation, or good, according to the university's description. The 4th row contains what I call conventional values. I use this row to convert letter grades into percentages whenever I need to use them in calculations. For example, if I give you an A on an essay, I need to know what percent that is worth at the end of the year when it comes time to calculate your final grade. I do this by looking up your letter grade and then using the percent in the conventional value row in my calculations. So an essay that received a grade of A would be worth 92% when it comes time to calculate your final grade. If you compare the conventional value row to the percent range row, you'll see that the conventional value is always the middle of the range, rounded to the nearest percent. The only exception is A+, which is worth 100%. If I think your work's that good, I don't see why I should deduct a percent or 2. Think of it as a small bonus for doing such great work. The last row ties all of this to your GPA. I don't actually use this, but some students find it useful to see the connection. Go back to the top of the syllabus now. In the next video, we'll take a look at the types of assignments that I use in order to come up with your grade. See you in a few minutes.